It's a film with three brains. 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 It's a film with three brains.
Oh my god, you guys are freaks.
Oh my god. Holy. Lions don't do this. Lions never had a lair like this. They're doing it for the pleasure.
They are not lions. They are the ghost and the darkness.
We're in a race, Colonel, and the prize is the continent of Africa.
We are building the most expensive and daring railroad in history for the glorious purpose of saving Africa from the Africans and, of course, to end slavery.
How many do you think they've killed? 100, maybe more.
Do we wish the world to think that the builders of the British Empire are afraid because of a few minor difficulties with the local wildlife?
Are you sure this was a lion?
I'm going to locate Remington. I assume you've heard of him.
Now, do you see a problem with that?
Actually, no.
Let's go after them.
Get it back! The devil has come to Samo!
I am the devil. Stay out of my way. You're a rather cheerful fellow when you get to know you. You don't enjoy killing, do you?
Then why do it?
Because I've got a gift.
Shoot him!
Michael Douglas, Val Kilmer, The Ghost and the Darkness.
Now, can you control your fear? Can you?
Welcome to the Film with Three Brains. It's Sam in San Francisco.
And this is Sean in Wisconsin. Going in Maplewood, New Jersey.
And we are reviewing the massive hit, The Ghost in the Darkness, from release date October 11th, 1996. And yeah, that's probably the last time I saw this was somewhere around that time or the 12-month period after it.
Same.
So you guys have only seen it twice now?
Twice now.
Yep.
I'm
I don't
probably
remember much of
three,
it.
maybe. Yeah.
I didn't remember it at all.
I just remembered the
Two leads.
concept.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even remember the second lead until I picked it. And I picked it because we were talking about Apollo 13 last time, and that Val Kilmer turned down a role because he was doing this, coming off of the island of Dr. Moreau. And I think that he made a bad choice. I don't know.
Yeah. I thought you picked it because of the director, because he directed A Nightmare on Elm Street 5, Dream Child.
Well, Sean thought I picked it because it was written by William Goldman.
I actually didn't realize it was William Goldman. I said it was a based on real life story, which we could compare to Apollo 13, but you said no, that's not why you picked it.
Right. For those of us who aren't used to us just segueing and talking about random crap,
Get used
to it. But William Goldman, because not everybody has such knowledge of obscure crap from the last 50 years, was the author of the screenwriter for Butch Cassidy, the Sundance Kid, All the President's Men, and most importantly, The Princess Bride, as well as a bunch of other movies. So with that sort of stuff, and Misery,
Ghost Rider on the Good Will Hunting.
Yeah, we've talked about Goldman a number of times, but with his catalog, this is not one that rises to the top.
Yeah.
All right. So for those who don't know, The Ghost and Darkness is based on true story of the building of the South African Railroad. They're in Kenya, in Savo where this is taking place, where Val Kilmer is a Irish engineer who's sent there to build a bridge, and at the same time there's two lions that are feasting on people. They're this part at least is true, that they actually were hunting humans, dragging them from the camp at times, and they did this over the course of more than a year. I don't know if you guys read about the true story of this, because
Not really.
This is one of those movies that starts off like everything you're going to see is absolutely true because I was there, and then you read about it and you're like, holy cow, it's all a bunch of made up crap, except for the fact that there really were two lions that killed a bunch of people, and the numbers are kind of debated. Some people say it might be as low as like 30 people killed, because the original logs of what was going on, they only counted a person killed if they were a worker from India or Britain. And then later they were looking at trying to figure out, because they didn't keep logs of how many Native Africans that how many Africans that they had working for them and were being killed. But then Val Kilmer's role, using his writing. So the real story is this guy hunted these lions for 9 months to try to get them. When the kind of lose track of time in the movie, but according to some other studies, that number is somewhere between 70 and 135 people that these guys killed. Just either way, it's crazy. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know. What'd you think of it?
I liked it. I actually was surprised how much I enjoyed it until Michael Douglas shows up, which is odd, I think, because I really liked Michael Douglas, but I just feel like he was terribly miscast in this. Or
totally miscast.
Either he, or not just miscast, but I think his performance was totally off. He just didn't fit the character at all. Like, his acting choices, I thought, were all wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He was too hokey, jokey, freewheeling. Hey man, let's go kill some lions.
I think he was
cool
too
sage type, and he's too young, and
yeah.
I don't know. He didn't have he should. I pictured a Clint Eastwood type, a silent sort of brooder. Someone literally tortured by their past and doing this thing as just like revenge on the world. Someone who's just angry, and they ask him they say, you don't enjoy killing, do you? He says no. And why do you do it? And he says, I forgot what he said. He says,
because I have a gift.
Yeah, because I have a gift. Instead of, I don't know, which seems that's a weird line too, and his delivery is strange. I just thought I just thought his choices were odd. You should have. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, before that, I really enjoyed it. I thought Val Kilmer was great, despite his sort of dodgy accent. I thought he was really good.
It's interesting.
Well, I was going to say that the person that agreed with you that it matters is Stephen Hopkins, the director. I mean, he wasn't thrilled with Michael Douglas coming on, because Michael Douglas was an executive producer, and it was kicking around, and then I mean, I think him being involved probably helped get it made, and then Val Kilmer getting involved helped get it made. But yeah, he didn't really I think he wanted a Burt Lancaster type. I mean, more like you're saying, a broody, silent.
Yeah, I read they offered it to Sean Connery and Anthony Hopkins.
Yep.
And they both turned it down, and either one would have been better than Michael Douglas, I think.
Right.
And Michael Douglas put himself in because he was a producer on this movie. Yeah. So that's kind of how that ended up. But you are right in that they do two things at the same time. Is they say that he's someone who lost his family because of the wars, and he's doing this, and he always comes back. So they set him up as like kind of you do think that kind of Clint Eastwood, I'm not like that anymore sort of guy.
Mhm.
And then he shows up, and when he shows up, he's got the attitude of like kind of this romancing the stone,
Yeah.
freelancing. I'm gonna get away with something, it's too
Mhm.
cutesy for what was going on.
And he just felt too modern in every way.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
He had like this way of talking so slowly and sort of eloquently almost that didn't fit a guy that's usually on his own hunting and has been speaking different languages, and like I didn't buy him hanging out with the Maasai tribe, like dancing along with them. I'm like I don't buy that.
Yeah.
Well, also his long hair seemed really out of place, given that this takes place in 1898 or something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's just out of time.
Yeah. And even with a Southern accent, he doesn't sound. Yeah, he just sounded modern is the only word I can think of. Like it took me right out of the movie. Like until he showed up, I was into it. I was buying it. It had like this sort of David Lean feel to it, and the cinematography was pretty damn good. And I thought Val Kilmer was great, and the rest of the cast was fantastic. And everyone, and like it was an interesting story, and everything was working. And then Michael Douglas comes and just torpedoes the whole fucking thing. And from then on out, I was just like, it had. I mean, some of the attack scenes were really well done, despite some silly dumb fuckery going on, but. Like from the filmmakers themselves, like creative choices were odd and stuff. Like, hey, let's get drunk and go pass out in a fucking tent. Like that, I was so baffled by that. I'm like, what are they doing? Like, there's still another one out there hunting them,
right?
And they're just like going to get shit faced and sleep under a piece of fabric, things like that. I was like, come on. Anyway,
yeah, I think when I read about the true part. The true parts of this story, one of it is that Remington doesn't exist. So Michael Douglas's character actually never existed. And I don't know that he needed to exist.
I agree. He didn't need to.
And what's you got this fish out of water Val Kilmer who's coming to Africa for the first time to build a bridge in a different country, and they have little things like little hints about the clash of what it is for him to be there, like, oh, you think you can do it because white man can do anything, or the one thing that was really awesome was when Samuel can't remember what it is, he's like, you knew this all along. He's like, you knew him? He's like, why didn't you tell me? He's like, well, because you didn't ask me. Like when I heard that, that was so Kenyan. I spent a few weeks in Kenya doing medical work in a really rural area in Western Kenya. And that guy saying that was so perfectly summed up the sort of thing that you get when you're there. Like that's just culturally how it is. Like, but anyway, so it seemed weird to add in this character who needs to be a hero when you already have the real hero in real life who is on a path of growth, right? He's this fish out of water who's learning how to work with two different cultures at the same time, who's also trying to protect them and show that he's worth being there by hunting these lions. And then you have this guy show up who is already the best of the best. Like he's like the most he can do is be a mentor for Val Kilmer, which, like some sort of, Yoda or something, but he's not really that either. I mean, that's what he could have been. So yeah, when I read the real thing, I was like, why did they do that? Like what I can't, as I'm watching this, I'm like, what did he do to move the plot forward and make the movie better or to develop the character? Like,
right.
When you're thinking about most movies, that's what every scene has to do, or every element has to do. And he just didn't do it for me. I remember thinking the movie was decent. And and this time when I watched it, I was like, It's all right. Like it's fine. Like I think it's a neat story. I, right away I picked up on the same thing you did with the Val Kilmer's accent, but once it became the two of them and not about life in Africa and all that, it lost it, because this movie is not aliens. It's not two lions that are monsters killing people. It's more than that, and that's what was making it better than all the aliens ripoffs that we've seen.
Yeah.
It could have just been that.
I was trying to figure out who decided on the Remington character, but somebody said it was supposed to make Val Kilmer's, whatever his guy, Patterson, he's to make him seem more heroic, because if this Remington guy is this famous hunter and comes along and then he gets killed, then we're like, okay, well, that makes it even more impressive that Remington does. But I thought that's what they did right away with the first guy. Like, he's like, I killed him with my bare hands, and then he's the first one to get killed, and that's what scares everyone. Like, that we've done this trick.
Yeah,
like,
right.
The savvy, experienced person gets killed right away, so everyone else is freaking out because what are they going to do? So so I don't understand why it would make it seem more impressive or something. Like, it's impressive enough to kill, and he kills the first lion right away, and it's really sort of just more, I don't know, like it's like almost too much lore going on or something. Like, I don't know what they're trying to do with that, and that's why I'm surprised that William Goldman is mainly responsible for the screenplay, because it doesn't really do much, and what it does, it does wrong at times to me. But yeah, I don't know. I don't understand, like, being able to go all the way into their caves, and then they're real impressed. They see a bunch of skulls and they're like, wow, now we're talking. Like, we've already seen them kill dozens of people, and they trashed the new hospital they built, and I don't know. I guess it just seems like they kept sort of hitting the same notes throughout the movie. And I mean, not all of them are bad, but they just seemed a little ham-fisted sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. What did you think of the voiceover?
It didn't bother me. I don't know if it was necessary, but it was fine, I guess.
I was expecting you to jump all over it, because the initial intro I thought was fine, but then they didn't need anything more, because when he spoke again, he was already saying things that if you're watching it, you knew that.
Yeah.
And then it kind of like fell away. But it to me, I was like, oh, I think that was one of your pet peeves on an earlier review about the unnecessary voiceover. But
I was thinking about the end, because one of the few things I remembered was that at the end he mentions the Chicago Field Museum and that they're there, and I was like, okay, how do we get to that? Like, it's just kind of an add-in at the very end, like, we're wrapping things up, we're pulling back out of Africa, and then he's like, well, if you go to Chicago, Illinois, like, you will be afraid, like, okay. I don't know if you've seen them, but
yeah, that's one of the reasons I picked this movie.
Really?
Is that because it is there was a time my dad picked me up from O'Hare, and it was early in the day. He's like, you want to do anything in Chicago? I was like, let's go to the Field Museum, and we can see the ghosts in the darkness and the dinosaurs, and so this was like 1998 or something like that. Yeah, I think one of the things that they, of course, they had to change this, is that the two males that were the killers are actually maneless, and there's no way they're going to put a maneless lion in a movie. But yeah, the two of them are mainless.
That's like a regional thing with the lions in that area. I thought that said somewhere that was common for those lions around there or something.
I don't know. When I went on safari, I did see lions with manes, but I think what you're talking about is it depends on the temperatures, because the mane is two things. It's testosterone, and it's if it's harsh climate is one of them, and then also age. So yeah, it's really hot in Tsavo. So that's probably why they don't have manes in Tsavo. That's the extent of my knowledge on lion manes.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's not
I'm
bad.
impressed.
Yeah.
That's a lot more than me.
Right.
I spent a lot of time trying to figure out where they were filming, and I didn't come to any conclusions, but there must be some readily. We get the interns on that. Do we know where the heck this was? The scenery. I mean, not aside from the opening, with the train ride in when they're showing half of Africa, they're just giraffes and hippos and everything.
Oh, it was.
I mean, because
yeah,
it's like one place where they. I mean,
So-
it's supposed to be Tsavo, but
yeah, they filmed in the Sangambelo Game Reserve in South Africa, even though the
Oh, that's right.
location's supposed
I
to
did see
be
that.
in Kenya.
right. Because it's more savanna than. Well, I don't know. Is you said Kenya's pretty hot? Is it?
It's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
The areas that I saw. Yep.
I think it said it was Tsavo's like 85 miles east of Kilimanjaro, maybe. Made me wonder, like, why can't we? Can we see Kilimanjaro, or is that too far away to see? It's probably too far.
Yeah, I don't know,
I guess my
85
point is,
miles
I was
back.
doing a lot of thinking about set and things, and not really thinking about the movie very much, because it's pretty big. Like it's, I mean, moment to moment does keep your attention. I'm not saying it's boring, but if you've already seen it and you kind of know where it's going, you just kind of like, well, all right, let's get there.
Well, you always know where it's going. I mean, come on.
But like the doctor who, like there's some actors in here that could be doing more, but they're not given much to do. Like, why does the doctor hates the missionary guy? Like, why?
Well,
we don't even know. They're just like, we don't like each other. Like, oh, okay.
One of the complaints that Stephen Hopkins had about the movie was that he didn't get to cut it, and that Michael Douglas cut out 45 minutes of movie and recut it to give himself more screen time, so that there's like plot holes and storylines that aren't followed because well, he intonated because Michael Douglas wanted to see more of himself.
Right.
So
it's hard to argue with that. Not knowing the truth. But.
Well, I think that, I mean, it fits, right?
Yeah.
Like Hopkins is frustrated, says, hey, you left all the best parts on the cutting floor, and the guy who we say sticks out like a sore thumb ends up with more time because he's the producer. Like, I don't know. I don't know if anyone ever made a director's cut of it.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I mean, I can't think of a lot of movies where Michael Douglas has a bit part or a small role. I mean, he likes to be a big part of the movie.
Right. I mean, we watched The Game. We watched what's the other one where he stops his car in traffic and gets out and
falling
down. Yes,
that one.
Both of those movies, it's
enjoy a lot. But.
You're just watching him the whole time. Yeah, I know he's good. He's a good actor. He's done a lot of great movies, but those movies, the other movies that we've covered by him, are movies where the camera is on him for 99% of the film.
Yeah, like he's not in a single ensemble cast. I think not that I can think of.
I mean, unless you count the Marvel movies he's in.
Yeah,
okay.
Movies. I mean, he's got a few things here and there where he's not the lead, but not much. You're right. It's not much.
I mean, he's a big deal in Hollywood, and we've talked about some of the things he's done. I mean, the favorite thing he's involved with is One Flew Over. My favorite thing is One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, which we reviewed. And he was just producing. He was just,
Yeah.
that was just sort of him behind the scenes. But when he comes on the camera, he's on screen. He's on the camera. He's gonna get in front of that camera. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out like who would be, not Sean Connery, but like what do we want to see from him?
Well, I found a brief quote from William Goldman's book. Did you ever read that book? By the way, Which Lie Did I Tell? It seems like something one of you would have read.
Looks good.
I'm pretty sure I've read it in college, but I don't remember.
So I have not, but he said that Remington originally was going to be an enigmatic figure who was not going to have a real role, and that which I guess is that's okay. That's a plot device, to say, hey, we're waiting for this person to show up, and then the person never shows up, and you have to do it yourself. Like, that's fine. But he said that once Michael Douglas chose to be Remington, that he expanded the role, gave him a history, and in Goldman's opinion, that Douglas's decision to make the character a real character instead of one of mystery was a ruining element.
According to Wikipedia, he said it was making him a wimp and a loser.
Right.
Is that what you're looking for? Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think is a bit pointed, but I think I understand his point. It's just we don't think we're not buying him as this masterful hunter because he just doesn't sell it for us. He doesn't have the right. I mean, like Robert Muldoon in Jurassic Park, like he's got this kind of squinty, that sort of thing that you want from your grounded, realistic characters that don't really talk to people a lot and don't have to like explain themselves a whole lot. They just sort of, there's more grunting and more like there's less clear vocalizations of your every whim and thought. It's like Douglas has to say everything. So I think we covered this before, but he has to say everything so smoothly and evenly sometimes that it takes away from the bite of the dialogue. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just my opinion, but that it seems like he's just too careful about how he's saying everything. And a character like this is not going to be that way, especially in the middle of nowhere, just talking to some guys. Like he's not in front of.
I thought he just talked way too much, too.
And he's too verbose.
His delivery was odd. He seemed far too impressed with himself. The character seemed too impressed with himself, considering what his backstory was supposed to be. Yeah, I don't know.
So, what do you think if Michael Mann would have directed? He was the original choice.
Really?
Yeah.
Also, I mean, that would have been interesting. It's also read that at one point Brian De Palma was attached to direct, and he wanted Kevin Costner to star in it, in the Val Kilmer role.
And Paramount wanted Tom Cruise, apparently.
Yeah.
This is when it was in turnaround or whatever.
Right. But then the Bonfire of the Vanities tanked, and they didn't want Brian De Palma after that, and so him and Costner departed, and Costner went on and did The Bodyguard, which was probably the better choice ultimately.
That's pretty good for him.
It's huge.
Yeah. Well, this sentence is interesting. It just says there's no link anywhere, but it says Val Kilmer had just made Batman Forever and was a frequent visitor to Africa, then expressed enthusiasm for the script, which enabled the project to be financed. So it doesn't really connect the dots for us, but it's suggesting that Val Kilmer's, whatever he brought to the table, that was it was him plus Douglas.
Yeah.
And then yeah. producers wanted Gerard Depardieu and all that stuff. But I at the same time, I don't want to give people, if you've never seen this movie, I don't want you to get the impression that it's perfect and then Douglas ruins it completely, because that's not quite fair.
Right.
It does have some other issues.
Have you guys seen the movie from a few years ago, Beast? With
is that with Idris Elba?
Yes, Idris Elba. Yes.
No, I have not seen it.
I think I saw it.
It has a higher rating than this on Rotten Tomatoes. This gets like I can't remember, like 50% or 51%, whereas Beast is also a lion hunting down a guy and survival film. And it gets a 69%. So I'm curious. It's a South African reserve thing.
Does he have his kids with him in Africa or something? Is that?
Yeah, he's got his teenage daughters with him. Yeah.
I think I might have seen it, but the fact that I barely remember seeing it is not a good sign.
Anyway, I was like, oh, this totally got past me. But I think that Idris Elba is a great actor who's just picked horrible movies to be in.
I think you're right.
Yeah, it's pretty fascinating.
I also think that it spread into TV, because if you remember him being in The Office for a while, that was just like such a crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that was such a
playing against type or something
for The Office,
I guess. Post Steve Carell. You're back.
I guess.
Seamless.
Well, in some ways, he never really left.
No one's gonna get that reference.
Nope.
We'll get there someday. Someday. Tease that. Where we're talking about Idris Elba and that he could have had a better career, maybe. I guess that was the gist of what you were saying.
Yeah, I mean, we don't usually segue that far off, but yes.
Talking about a guy who's not even in the movie.
Yep, that happens all the time.
Well, since if you do remember seeing the Beast, like was there something more? Was there something to these lions that made him ferocious, kind of like this, or is it?
No, I've never seen it.
Plausible? Oh, you didn't.
I was just wondering.
I think I have.
I was just like,
I don't remember a damn thing.
There's a number of lions hunting people movies, and then I saw this one. You know that.
What's the documentary about is it Melanie Griffith as a child on like a game reserve in Africa? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
It's not that Disney movie that was Roar. That's something else. But
wait, is that it?
There's a movie called Roar that was made by Disney. It was really hazardous to the actors, and it was there were a lot of injuries on the set, and I don't know if Melanie Griffith is part of that or not.
Yes. So
I have not seen it, but I'm curious.
Yeah, she like starred it, and she was 19, and she was mauled by a lion during the shooting of it. 70 cast and crew members were hurt during the chaotic 11-year production.
Yeah.
My God. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Just speaking of movies about people being attacked. What's going on with Sam's feed here?
Oh,
yeah, it's weird.
Interesting. It's being attacked.
Yeah, it's frozen.
What?
Two of which are
Jan de Bont was the cinematographer on Roar, by the way.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
Tippi Hedren is there.
That's Melanie Griffith's mom.
She had her ankle fractured by an elephant. And she contracted gangrene from the instant. Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Good God.
Some blood poisoning. There's also there's a lot going on in that.
Yeah, it's all messed up.
That sounds crazy. Yeah, okay. Griffith had 50 sutures after being attacked by a lioness. And it was feared that she would lose an eye, but she eventually recovered without being disfigured, although she had some facial reconstruction. Wow. Yeah, I think I'd rather see that than this movie. Well, I don't want to. I want to see the documentary, I guess. I'm still not.
Oh, you're back.
He's trying to build mystery around his character.
Yeah.
Yes. Now you see me. Now you don't. Yes.
Well, I mean, the vision, quote unquote, vision was that this was going to be Lawrence of Arabia mixed with Jaws.
Yeah.
Yeah, which sounds like a really horrible idea.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
It sounds ridiculous.
Because if I think of the movie Lawrence of Arabia, where am I going to put sharks killing people? And if I think of the movie Jaws, where am I going to put Lawrence?
Well, I mean, I think instead of Lawrence of Arabia, I think maybe Bridge on the River Kwai as a little more.
Oh, that's a good movie.
Is a little more appropriate. Like,
yes,
yeah,
sure.
I think like that's the elevator pitch for this. But also, I felt like Jerry Goldsmith's score was very, very Jaws-esque.
Oh, they totally ripped it off when they totally had a darn moment.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, and I was like, what?
yeah. It was too much Jaws.
It also was. I mean, it's a good score, I think, but it's also really heavy-handed, and it's like really giving you all the emotional weight is all from the score.
Well, in the super heavy-handed dream sequence where his wife and baby show up and the lion runs out from the prairie.
I knew it as soon as it was, before it was even happening, I was like, I remember a silly dream sequence, and I know it has to do with his wife. I kept waiting for it. Oh,
God. It's terrible.
And then he wakes up, and then Michael Douglas is dead. So it's kind of like, was his dream foreshadow? Like, we're trying to, play on...
Do you really think he would sleep through Michael Douglas getting dragged away?
Well, I thought maybe he was hearing actual screams and he was dreaming about screams and, something like that.
Speaking of Michael Douglas being dragged away, that is such a bizarre off-screen death, too.
Like, you don't see anything.
I know. I'm kind of surprised he went for it. Given the whole sort of ego trip this movie seemed to have been for Michael Douglas, putting himself in it, like the creative choices taking over the post-production, all of it. And then he allows his character to be killed off screen in such an unimpressive and anticlimactic way. So bizarre.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's almost like they had to cut it. They filmed a scene, they didn't like it, and they cut it or something. Or because they also kind of went like, okay, there's the tent, and then there's all the brambles and stuff, and then way out in the grass, there's a bunch of red grass and blood and stuff, but we don't see anything. Like he lays Samuel puts his thing over nothing. We couldn't really see anything. A boot, nothing. Unless I missed it. It was a wide shot. You could barely see what's going on. It's him dead, but I agree. I don't understand that death.
Yeah,
cinematically.
And the whole the dream sequence was pretty clunky. But even worse than the dream sequence is at the end when his wife is really there. And he's like, hey, and he's running, and he's like, yeah, and then he goes,
he's like,
and he scans the grass, and he's like, no lion, yay, let me go hug my wife.
Like he should have shake his head at himself, like, oh, come being silly, like something like that.
Yeah,
but it was taken totally serious, like, grass. No? Okay.
Yeah.
If you're watching a movie and you're not totally into it, do you start imagining lines from other movies being inserted into the movie? That happened to me twice on this movie.
Yeah.
It was like,
do you remember any lines?
Yeah. Well, yeah. When they're tracking the lions and there's that giant tuft of like fuzzy lion hair on the bush near the cave. There's also a paw print on the ground, so you didn't even need that tuft of hair. But I was like, and he picks it, and I was like, look, sir, droids. It's just so like the way he picks it up. It's like it's just way too obvious. I was like, yeah. And then the we kept thinking of Die Hard and the no bullets. You know, when he goes to shoot the lion and the gun misfires, or there's nothing in it.
Yeah, that's also another weird scene.
Stupid.
You were saying?
Yeah, and then he's supposed to like. He should go back and have some sort of showdown with the doctor. Like, hey, you gave me a bad gun. Nothing.
Yeah.
Like nothing. Just like, hey, you got screwed. Like Michael Douglas points it out. Like, you just got hit. What are you going to do about it? And then it's nothing. Uh-oh.
Speaking of nothing, our cameras are going in and out today. I think it's the storms.
Well, how is this guy recording if he's not here?
I think we're good.
Sweet.
It'll come out in the wash.
Yeah. So yeah, we are recording this during stormy weather. We're each on 3 different boats in 3 different oceans.
Yep.
So
we like a challenge.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's that. Real quickly, that whole scene is you got hit. Then they have to repeat it because then he says it to Remington. He's like, he said, you've been hit. And he's like, oh, yeah, you know. And then they're like, all right, let's go track these lions now. Like that, like it was some kind of bonding moment they both had or something. I don't know. Like they both were in awe of these crazy lions and what they're capable of. I don't know. Again, it just like the delivery of the lines, the setup of that dialogue. I think, come on, William Goldman, what are you doing here? You're better than this.
I was just looking at some reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, and I just happened to spot this one that says, the scenery chewing Michael Douglas is the highlight of this passable landlocked variation of Jaws. It's like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
To each his own.
Chuck O'Leary.
Wait, maybe it's written by M. Douglas. Opposed to this.
You know, you brought this up, so real quick, I want to make sure we're all clear on scene stealing versus scenery chewing, because the way that comment made it sound, it's a good thing, but it's not, because chewing the scenery means like you're hamming it up, right? I mean, you're sort of
it depends. I think when you're like,
or you're like
scenery chewing Michael Douglas, I think they just mean he's making the most out of this small role. You know, he's really, perhaps he's hamming it up. I mean, I think he's hamming it up, and I don't think it's a good thing. But I think when people generally use scenery chewing as an adjective, it's often positive.
But I don't think it should be. I think they're confusing.
I think in this case it shouldn't be, but
it's like if you steal scenes, that means you're the best actor. You're the focal point, or you're really standing out in comparison to your other actors.
I think they could be interchangeable to a certain extent. Not always, but sometimes.
Okay. Well, I'm on a crusade to separate those bastards.
Okay.
I'll get back to you.
Okay, yeah. Keep us posted.
Or maybe if someone wants to correct me and be like, no, it's the same thing or whatever, you may do so.
I think also slight tangent. Like Michael Douglas is dressed like Crocodile Dundee.
Yes.
And it's weird.
So it's like romancing the stone.
But just with I mean, obviously Crocodile Dundee is wearing like I guess probably like an alligator leather vest.
Mm-hmm.
But Michael Douglas is wearing some sort of like clearly homemade animal hide vest too.
Mm-hmm.
And with his wide brimmed hat and his necklace with like teeth on it or whatever the hell he's wearing, I don't remember. But it's totally like it's like Crocodile Dundee costume. It's odd. And I feel like his acting choices are a little Crocodile Dundee-esque. I don't know. I don't know if it was. I don't know.
yeah.
Crocodile Dundee came out in the 80s, right? So
It did?
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. Clearly, he would be aware of it. I don't know.
I notice we're all jumping at the chance to pick Crocodile Dundee too. Since it's been 250 or 240 episodes and we haven't picked it yet. So
We haven't?
nope.
Oh.
Don't
I've
look
just
at
been
me. I'm
watching
not
it
picking
in my own time.
Yeah, waste-
Over and over.
You're an overachiever.
Does it keep getting funnier every time you see it?
Yeah. You know, we don't have many nitpicks about this movie, but it did kind of, throw me there when they had the American bar, the barred owl. Did you recognize that they, it was they put an American owl in the movie instead of.
That's when he gets knocked off his little perch.
Mm-hmm.
And almost
you hear it first. It was like, that's the owl that's outside my window.
I just thought it was a very convenient time for an owl to disappear and
owl attacks on humans are really common too.
Yes, they're
all the
underreported.
time. They push people off. I was riding my bike and it just pushed me over. So
he's just like pull up its feathers with his long ass legs. Go,
yeah, skinned my knee. It's a good thing I was wearing a helmet.
Why also what a shitty platform that was they built. Like, they couldn't make it a little wider.
Like you can build bridges, but you can't build a platform that stands up.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, here, I'm gonna put like a balance beam up,
right,
and sit on this thing for hours.
And there's also not much of a river that the bridge they're building across. There's not a huge. It was like a stream or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Kind of.
It's supposed to be this massive impediment to the expansion of, I don't know, whatever it is. It just looked a little underwhelming. The whole set, like the set itself, I think is a little underwhelming.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to skip that and go straight to Tom Wilkinson is probably one of the better actors in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts the movie off with this I'm an asshole. Here's your life is gonna, he gives us this setup for the whole movie, and then he shows up halfway through and's like, I told you were gonna hate me, and he kind of does that thing like that. It gives the pressure. The reason that he's there in the first place is to build the bridge, and why is it so? Why didn't they abandon it? Because of all this stuff. Because it's getting all this pressure. So I get the purpose of him, but to use, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think Tom Wilkinson is a good enough actor that to sort of, pick a role. I mean, maybe not in these days, but I just thought he was setting the bar pretty high at the beginning of the movie, and as you said, Val Kilmer was pretty good, and nobody else is really bad until we get to Michael Douglas, and I just wondered if that was set up beforehand, or I don't know. I just think that it's so weird to see good actors or good performances and bad performances in the same movie.
Yeah,
it's just odd.
Yeah.
Like the contrast seems bigger or something. I don't know, but I do like Tom Wilkinson.
Yeah, I think he's great.
Yeah, I mean,
he was very hateable.
He's great in Michael Clayton. Love that movie. Anyway, what are we doing next?
Oh, we done?
Yeah, I mean, you want to talk about the little
torn
flaws?
This thing to shreds.
They show the lion and he's got blood on his thing. They go show the lion again. He doesn't have blood. Then they show the lion again. He has blood. There's little continuity errors in here. Anyway.
All right. Okay. So I am going to freely admit that my pick is probably going to be the worst movie I've picked.
Oh my God. Man. Rooftops?
Prepare myself.
Nope, not Rooftops. But you're kind of on the right.
Wait,
this is the worst movie you have picked on the podcast.
Yes.
Then why are you picking it?
Well, because I'm curious.
If it's really as bad as you remember.
Well, I'm just.
Let's see.
I've seen it. but I've only seen it once when it came out. I have no memory of it at all, other than like the internet lore that surrounds it.
Blair Witch Project.
No.
That's way too good.
Very clearly. Yeah, that's
way too good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the guy who picked Howard the Duck.
I was gonna say let's start with Howard the Duck, and then you picked something not too long ago that I was comparing to Howard the Duck, and I can't remember. Like I said, I'd rather see Howard the Duck than watch this again.
Oh yeah, that was something. I disagreed with you. You're right. It was. He did pick a bad movie
for once.
Yeah. Okay, so you're picking a bad movie from the 80s.
Yes.
From the mid to early 80s?
No, mid to late 80s.
Oh, mid to late 80s.
It is widely known as one of the worst movies ever made. And it is, but also currently a cult classic.
And we've already done Ishtar, so it can't be that.
Not Ishtar.
All right. Oh, boy.
Classic, late 80s.
Wait.
Is it funny at all? It's supposed to be funny?
I think it's supposed to be.
Okay.
It's supposed to be funny.
Also,
we also watched Rad. I mean, Rad wasn't anything to write home about.
Yeah, but Rad's not known to be a terrible movie that became a cult classic.
Yeah, this how do I?
Transylvania 65000?
No.
Wait, give us a year.
87.
Okay.
Christ, I can't. There's no clue I can give you that won't give it away.
It has super famous actor in it.
It has a pseudo famous actor in it.
Oh,
wait.
A brother of a famous actor. It has Mackenzie Aston in it.
Oh boy, I don't even know.
Mackenzie Aston. I don't know who that is.
He was in Critters.
Oh, it was Sean Astin. Okay.
I think, wasn't he? Is that the kid in Critters? No. No.
So it's a horror movie?
Kind of, but I don't think it's meant to be. Exactly.
So it's not a spoof.
Think it's more gross than scary, I think. It's like a gross out movie.
It's not Troll, because I know you like that movie too much.
No, it's not Troll, but that's definitely closer in the wheelhouse, I think.
Okay.
It's based on a product line of not quite toys made for kids. And not quite a toy, not quite a game.
Oh man,
I have no idea.
Because I should know this. That kind of toy, that kind of game, product line. What the heck is it?
And it's pseudo-ish, horror-ish?
No, horror is not the right
gory.
word.
I mean, gross, you said.
Gross, yeah. The original thing that was the inspiration for the movie was
slimy,
gross out humor and puns. And there was a lot of them.
Dang it.
And people traded them.
Oh, Garbage Pail Kids.
Yeah. It's the Garbage Pail Kids movie.
Oh my god.
Why?
Let's do this to us.
I'm curious.
Oh no.
I'm fascinated by extremes.
Oh man.
So,
wow. That
means curiosity towards, the best of things, but also the worst.
Okay.
So I'm terribly curious if it's even remotely watchable.
Well, the good news is I've never seen it, so at least I've seen something I've never seen.
Right. Put it on your list.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the bad news. There's plenty of bad news though.
What's the bad news?
This has been our best review yet, and now we have to top it.
Yeah. That's no problem. This will be easy.
Yeah.
Let me see if it's even available anywhere. It's got to be.
Well, while you're looking at that,
they should be paying you to watch it.
One more thing I was going to say about this Ghost and this Darkness, or two more things. One is it has to be one of the best titles that represents like the most disappointing sort of movie.
It is a cool title.
It's a good title.
Yeah, I don't like
Yeah.
it.
You don't like it?
I don't
Well,
know. It feels
maybe
a
it's
little like it feels a little too important.
it might be misleading. Yeah,
or
and
something,
I think,
a little too
it's like
self-important. Like
the
I'm
serpent
making
and the
this-
rainbow.
Yeah, that's a little.
I like it.
Yeah,
Yeah. It
But I don't
conjures
think
up
it delivers.
images, but it doesn't conjure up the images of two lions killing people.
no.
Right.
What does it conjure up?
Well, the ghosts of
Something
darkness.
more.
I thought actually
More
it's been-
supernatural.
I don't remember this movie hardly at all. But going into it, I thought it was a reference to the actors, the characters, two leads.
Yeah,
And
that would make more
perhaps
sense.
that is why I thought it sounded so stupid. I was like, oh my god, the ghost
Right.
of darkness. You serious? So finding out that it was actually like the natives sort of vernacular for these lions is a little less offensive. I still
I
don't.
get you. Okay, the other thing I was going to say is that I don't know if Sam mentioned this, but most of the accounts come from Remington's actual book.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he wrote a book about this. He fought in World War I. He was in India. He was in all these places. He had kind of a crazy, amazing life. And I would have rather seen a biopic of his life than this little story. And hindsight is 2020. I mean, it's still I still think this could have been a quite good movie if they made different choices. But at the same time, I'm like, well, if we're like dancing around all this, like it's really about Remington. It's really about this Val Kilmer's character because
Oh yeah, for sure.
he is pretty
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
What's I was
So why
saying
don't we
is you
focus
don't
on
need
that?
you don't need Michael Douglas.
Not at
Yeah.
all.
Why don't we like get more of his his experience in India or his train, his how he built bridges or something more than like he's just this committed guy that's about to have a baby, but he's going to Africa because he's always wanted to go to Africa. Like I just feel like, and because you have source material, you have his book,
Right.
You've got a lot to choose from there. So
just to really kind of whet the appetite of our audience for the next review,
lay on that
I was
garbage.
looking to see where this is playing when I came across this little factoid on the film aggregator for Rotten Tomatoes. This movie has a 0% rating. Only 43 films have ever, with more than 20 reviews, have ever received this rating.
Wow.
So that means that there's still 42 more picks that you're gonna do just to torture us.
Don't tell him that. I was gonna say this is good news because that means we have officially hit rock bottom.
We are. This is.
But you're saying we could still repeat the trick 42 more times. I don't give any more ammunition.
The unfortunate thing is that it's not readily available.
You're on that kick too. French Kiss. No, this one.
That was weird. Wait, hold on. All right, you can.
I'm sure it's on Internet Archive. It's a gem.
You can buy the Blu-ray for $11.
Not a chance.
The DVD for $9.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
You can buy the 4K UHD set for $30.
Oh my god.
Well, gentle listeners and viewers, tune in next time to witness something that you will not. We'll describe for you something that you never have to go through yourself. I'm guessing, unless there's one or two people out there that love weird shit. I haven't seen Human Centipede either.
I mean, that's
never gonna happen.
Right here on my desk.
See, I picked it for you.
Serendipity. Oh, disappeared there.
Yes.
I don't think there's one for Cohen.
Yeah.
It's probably one for Sean though. We'll explore it next time.
Yeah, I'll tell you the story of where I got that thing. Oh, I'll tell you a story about going on safari on my Kenya trip. So the it was at the end of a medical mission, and the guy leading the medical mission was like, "Hey, I found these guys who will take us to we'll drive down to Tanzania and go to see Ngorongoro crater in the safari there." So like, okay, so it's like, I don't know, 10, maybe probably about 18 people in two different like trucks. We start driving down there, and we have to camp outside of the park the night before we're going to go in. But the place that they got us wasn't like a real campsite. Like, it was like just something they were setting up. Like, there were no like we just pulled off the road somewhere in like the brush, and they set up some tents. There's like no fences, there's no whatever. They're like, they set up some food, and they're like, overnight, do not get out of your tent, period. They're like, you cannot get out. And if there's animals around, everyone must stay in their tent once they go to bed. It's like, okay. It's just like, I'm like, this is totally sketchy. Like, why didn't we just like pay for like a real,
very tempting,
real thing?
Maybe
and the tent that they gave us is like 6 feet long. It's 2 people per tent, so it's me and V, and I'm 6'2". So my feet are touching one end of the tent, my head is touching the other end of the tent, and I'm trying to sleep. We don't have like real good padding or anything like that, so it's not that great anyway. And in the middle of the night, I hear something outside the tent walking. And I am like, what was that? I heard it. And of course, I'm thinking of this movie. Like, that's all I can think about is this movie. It's like, I am going to die. And I'm being as still as possible. I'm barely breathing to listen what's going on. And something brushes up against the tent and walks from the back of the tent, the length of the tent, to the front of the tent. And now I'm like, that's an animal. Holy crap. That was a decent sized animal. So of course, the only animal I can think of is there's a lion right outside my tent. And I told you, my feet are up against the end, and I feel something push against my feet. And I'm like, feet. And I'm like, she's a super heavy sleeper. I'm trying to wake her up, but I'm trying to also be super quiet. And I feel this thing push against me, and I give a kick. It's like the only thing I could do. Like, part of me wants to scream. Part of me is just like, I'm like cold sweat, like afraid to move, and I hear it walk away. And then I hear this screaming from the tent next to us. And we open up the zippers, and they had told us, do not keep any food in your bags. You have to leave it in the trucks. And this tent is like shaking, like they're like it's a washing machine, it's like, and these people are screaming. And of course, I'm thinking they're getting eaten because I'm like only on lion mind here. And so everyone starts picking out the heads. The guys who are running this thing have these big flashlights, and they're shining it over there. And this bush pig goes running out. And what they do is, the bush pigs have figured out they can smell if you have food, and they figured out that where the T of the 2 zippers of the tent or 3 zippers of the tent come together, if they push their snout into it hard enough, they can sometimes lift the zipper and get into the tent which is exactly what happened. The people who it happened to were so mad. Oh my God. They're the guys who were supposed to be, who had the flashlights. Did they have food in the
tent?
Yes, they had something in their backpack. They had like a granola bar or something. The guys with the flashlights, who were like supposed to be our guides, were like cracking up laughing, which made it worse. Because then the people were they went and slept inside the van. I mean, inside the trucks the rest of the night, which wasn't good. Because then the next morning they smelled like people slept in them. But they were, oh my God, were they mad? But the whole time I was telling V, I was like, God, I was afraid I was going to die. She's like, well, why didn't you wake me up? I was like, I was nudging you like crazy. I was like, I'm just going to throw you to the lion. But yeah, I remembered that. And when I was watching this movie, I was like, I remember why they thought of this. That was probably the last time I thought of this movie.
Yes.
Anyway. All right, that's enough movie buff. I'm out.
Maybe it was like Jaws, like when people stopped going to the beaches because Jaws freaked them out, and people stopped going on safaris for a while in the 90s. Maybe
yeah,
not.
it doesn't really happen.
That's good.
Really beautiful creatures.
Like, look, it's
So much
Pumbaa.
of-
No, it's not Pumbaa.
All right.
All right, I'm out. Bye.
Next time.
Thank you for
Garbage Pail Kids
regaling us.
movie.
Yes. Come join the garbage.
You're welcome.
Thanks
Okay,
for
you can't even
listening.
stream this piece of crap.
Sure you can.
Where?
I found it in a couple places already.
There's a 1% on the TV guide. Okay, well, you tell us where.
TV Guide is woefully unreliable in their reviews of everything.
Oh, okay. Well, great.
Okay.
All right, bye.
That'll do,
Bye.
Push Pig. That'll do.
Send us a link. I haven't
All right.
found it yet. Bye.
Bye.
It's FM with 3 brains.
Reburp.